Hello ladies and gentlemen, Holotide here, and today I want to talk about the Assassin Shell in Marathon. It's more than just the edgelord guy wearing eyeliner. This is Marathon's premier stealth shell. You got camo and smokes. It's really the perfect backline disruptor. You're stalking your enemies until you see that perfect moment to strike. Whether you're in a team of 3 or rolling solo, which is one of the reasons I actually love playing Assassin. If you value patience, precision, and making people question if you were even in the lobby at all, this is your shell. But before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for all the support recently. We're trying to hit 25,000 subs by the end of the year, and you can help. If you want to stay up to date with Marathon, this is the place to be. All right, let's get into the video. Let's talk about your kit at a glance real quick. Your prime ability is the smoke screen. You throw down a smoke disc, it deploys a line of smoke in front of you. This is your setup tool. You can use it to obscure sight lines before pushing or to cover a retreat. And dropping smoke before engaging gives you a huge advantage, especially combined with that Shroud trait that you have where you just go invis whenever you're in smoke. I think the most common use that I see of this is going to the extraction point and waiting a few seconds after it's been caught up and then throwing it down on that point to kind of hide that you're trying to get away from everybody. Much more defensive, I think, in nature in that regard, but it doesn't have to be. I've seen people drop it on teams of 3 and they've used the shotgun and just wipe the floor with people. Speaking of that active camo, that's your tack ability. You can activate it. You pull a shroud of invisibility over your shell, but be smart when you use it. Don't get greedy. Your invisibility persists only if you manage your movement, so attacking, taking damage, moving at high speeds will break it. I use this to reposition, to flank, or to disengage from people. I don't just run into a fight swinging immediately after I popped it. It's not impossible to see either. So this is one, you gotta be smart when you use it. Your traits are Shadow Dive and Shroud. Shadow Dive is when you're airborne, you can activate a slam and you put a smoke disc into the ground. So you get to go invisible, but you also don't take any damage from high jumps. And I've actually used this to get away from other teams. You know, they get kind of nervous to follow you or to jump down because they know that they're going to take damage. So you can take advantage of that. You can either get away or position yourself so that when they do jump down and they take damage from falling, you just clean them up. And your other trait is Shroud, like we said before, whenever you enter any smoke field, your active camo will auto-activate, you'll become invisible. It'll linger briefly after you leave the smoke. So there are like smoke nades and everything. You can combine it with those. So like we alluded to before, the Assassin is not just a run and gun shell. This is not the Destroyer. It's really controlled aggression, and this is how I normally approach a run. Especially if I'm solo, I will stick to the edges of the map, not the center. I let other teams make noise. I'm watching, I'm waiting for isolated targets or teams caught in a bad position, picking people off, causing a little bit of chaos. I run the Assassin shell if I want to do contracts and I don't want to like queue up with randoms or I don't have friends online. I've been grinding out some new caloric contracts by doing that. If you are going to engage, use your smoke screen as the opener, not the closer. I really don't like being reactive, and that goes for like any shell, but tossing your smoke if you're already losing a fight just kind of negates what it could have been used for. Once you're in that smoke and you have Shroud procced, you become invisible, and that's when you can reposition and fight people and they have no idea where you are. You can get the jump on them, you get that first shot off, take a huge chunk of their health away. It doesn't matter if they can turn on you and get a couple shots in because you're at full shields and full health. I would also say to treat your camo as a movement tool. I think the biggest mistake that people use is they use active camo during a fight. I like to use it to cross open ground, flank around a team, or get around them, or disengage after a kill. You have to be thinking that your invisibility is going to break the moment that you shoot, so your goal is to be in the perfect position before it breaks. Again, I really do think that as a solo player, Assassin really excels at avoiding fights entirely, and you're able to secure and extract with loot. And instead of running as Rook, you're able to do contracts and stuff with this character. And you quite honestly don't have to go in with the best gear either. You can even use a little factory loadout from Mida or a new caloric. But if you are going in with a team, I think the best synergies are with Destroyer. He's able to use his barricade, and while he's taking the attention away from the enemy, you're able to get around them and take them out. But all this is being said with the caveat that your biggest counter is Recon. It is the perfect foil to the Assassin shell. Their Echo Pulse and Tracker Drone can locate you even through smoke and camo. If you know that there's a Recon in the lobby, or you're playing against one that you've seen, just play a little bit slower. You want to stay off their radar, and you want to let your team handle them first. As for some tips and tricks, never sprint while you're cloaked. Walking, crouching keeps you invisible and out of danger much longer. Don't just sit in the smoke doing nothing. Shroud gives you invisibility and smoke, not immunity. You need to figure out if you're going to get in there or reposition or just get out. Also be mindful of your cooldowns. Active Camo is a tactical ability with a meaningful cooldown. If you blow it, you're gonna have to wait a long time for it to come back. Make sure that you're looking at mods and implants and core shells and all that stuff to make sure that you're building some type of synergy around it so that you can get that cooldown just a little bit faster. The Assassin rewards patience and map awareness above all else. You're not really a duelist, you're a ghost on the battlefield who strikes and is gone before anyone can react. Play your kit, control the smokes, let your enemies hunt a shadow, and take advantage of it. That's going to do it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like down below. Let me know your best tips and tricks for playing Assassin. I really do enjoy playing it as a solo player. I know we talked about if it was going to be overpowered in this game before it came out, but quite honestly, with the time to kill and abilities and ammo and health and shields and stuff like that, I really don't think that's the case. Very rarely are you going to come up against somebody that's going to be able to 1v3 an entire team. And that's really why I like to use it solo. I like to just stalk around the map, get my contracts done, and get out. But that's going to do it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace!